7. Cultural and national confidence. Revival of Chinese culture. Achievements: the promotion of traditional culture, such as the popularity of Hanfu and the development of traditional Chinese medicine, has strengthened cultural identity. Significance: enhanced the cultural confidence of the Chinese people. Major international events. Achievements: successfully hosted the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics and the 2019 70th National Day Military Parade, among other significant events. Significance: demonstrated national strength and instilled a sense of national pride. 8. China's significant progress in social security, particularly for rural populations. Targeted poverty alleviation and poverty eradication. Background: rural poverty has long been a significant challenge for China's development. President Xi Jinping identified building a moderately prosperous society in all respects as a key goal. Measures: targeted poverty alleviation. Policies tailored to local conditions helped impoverished areas, such as developing specialty agriculture and ecotourism. Special funds. Established dedicated funds for education, healthcare, and housing subsidies for impoverished families. Relocation programs assisted rural residents in relocating from remote areas to regions with better infrastructure and living conditions. Results: by 2020, nearly 100 million rural residents escaped absolute poverty. Established a rural minimum living standard system covering all families in need. Significance: improved rural living standards and laid the foundation for social stability. Expansion and deepening of healthcare coverage. Reforms to rural cooperative healthcare. Established a new rural cooperative healthcare system, achieving near universal health insurance coverage for rural populations. Increased reimbursement rates to reduce out-of-pocket medical expenses. Major disease treatment initiatives provided targeted medical subsidies for common and chronic diseases in rural areas, such as cancer and cardiovascular conditions. Promoted family doctor services to enhance healthcare accessibility. Rural health infrastructure expanded township health centers and village clinics to provide more accessible medical services. Advanced Internet Plus healthcare to bring quality medical resources to remote regions. Results: substantial improvements in healthcare coverage and services, effectively addressing the issues of difficult and expensive access to healthcare for rural populations. Strengthening educational support, universal compulsory education. Achieved full coverage of 9-year compulsory education in rural areas. Provided fee exemptions and free textbooks for impoverished families. Support for rural teachers. Implemented the Special Post Teachers Program to attract talented teachers to rural schools. Provided housing subsidies and training opportunities to improve rural teachers' welfare. Vocational education and skills training. Offered free skills training and vocational education opportunities for young rural laborers, improving their competitiveness in the job market. Results: redirected educational resources to rural areas, creating more opportunities for families to improve their circumstances. Rural pension and social security systems increased pension coverage. Achieved universal rural pension coverage with gradually increasing minimum benefits. Provided additional subsidies for impoverished elderly and disabled farmers. Improved minimum living standards, clarified eligibility and standards for rural minimum living allowances to ensure basic livelihood support for the poorest populations. Established a system for the care and maintenance of the disabled and elderly in extreme poverty. Community-based elder care pilots encouraged the development of community elder care centers to alleviate family caregiving pressures. Results: significantly improved the quality of life for the elderly in rural areas, creating a more comprehensive social safety net. Rural housing and infrastructure, renovation of dilapidated housing. Provided government subsidies to renovate unsafe rural housing for impoverished families. By 2020, virtually eliminated unsafe rural housing. Infrastructure development ensured safe drinking water, electricity access, and hardened roads in rural areas. Promoted the toilet revolution, improving rural sanitation. Results: markedly improved living environments for rural residents, narrowing the urban-rural divide. Rural collective economy and employment support, land reforms. Promoted the confirmation of land contracting and management rights to safeguard farmers' land rights. Encouraged farmers to participate in collective economic development through land shares and cooperatives. Employment support. Conducted rural workforce transfer training to help residents secure urban jobs. Supported rural entrepreneurship through e-commerce initiatives, providing new income streams for farmers. Results: diversified rural economies, creating more income opportunities for rural residents. During Xi Jinping's governance, China significantly enhanced its rural social security system, encompassing healthcare, education, pensions, and housing. Through targeted poverty alleviation, policy prioritization, and resource investment, living conditions in rural areas improved, and the urban-rural gap narrowed. While challenges such as aging populations and uneven resource distribution persist, the overall trend is positive, laying the groundwork for achieving common prosperity. Progress in education. In recent years, China has made significant strides in education. Universal access and equity. Universal compulsory education. Near 100% enrollment in compulsory education, achieving full coverage in rural areas. Higher education expansion. By 2021, China's higher education gross enrollment rate surpassed 57.8%, entering a universal education phase with over 3,000 higher education institutions. Balanced educational resources, increased financial investment in education for impoverished areas. Implemented special post plans to attract outstanding teachers to rural schools and established remote learning systems to provide quality education in remote areas. Vocational education and skills training, policy support. Recognized vocational education as a crucial foundation for modern economic development. Expanded enrollment and diversified skills training in vocational schools. Integration of education and industry. Strengthened collaboration between vocational education and enterprises to produce practically skilled talent for modern industries. Internationalization, study abroad and returnees. China has become the largest source of international students and is also seeing increasing numbers of scholars and experts returning to contribute to national development. International cooperation. The Belt and Road Initiative has promoted educational and cultural exchanges, attracting numerous international students to China. Research, education, and talent development. Top universities and disciplines. Institutions like Tsinghua and Peking University have climbed global rankings, with the Double First Class initiative accelerating the development of top universities and disciplines. Innovation-oriented talent training. Universities and research institutions collaborate to cultivate innovative talent, integrating theory with practice and advancing national scientific and technological development.